Hello, and how are you all doing today? Every day, we make hundreds of decisions, some small, some life-changing. But have you ever thought about what separates a great decision maker from an average one? What if I told you that the ability to think 2 steps ahead is what defines true leadership? Most people make decisions based on immediate results, but the best leaders, they don't just think about the next step, they anticipate what comes after that. They see beyond the obvious. They don't just react, they strategize. Today, we are breaking down how to develop this skill, why it's crucial, and how you can start applying it right now. So, let's begin. What is short-term versus long-term thinking? The biggest mistake people make is focusing only on short-term wins. It's human nature to want quick results. But if you want to lead, you need to ask yourself, how will this choice affect me a year from now, 5 years from now? A business owner who cuts costs aggressively may see quick profits, but what happens when product quality suffers and customers leave? A professional who takes the highest paying job offer without considering growth opportunities might regret it in 5 years. An entrepreneur who rushes into a new venture without studying the market might win in short term but struggle later when reality kicks in. True leaders don't just ask what's good for now, they ask what's good for the long run. We need to try and see the chain reaction. It's called the skill of thinking ahead. Every decision we make sets off a chain reaction. Most people only see the first domino falling. Leaders see the entire sequence before they even take action. So in cricket, when a bowler sets up a batsman, he is not just thinking about the current ball, he is planning how the next 3 or 4 deliveries will force a mistake. Similarly, in business, when a CEO decides to expand into a new market, they don't just look at short-term profits, they analyze how this move will affect their brand, operations, and competitors over the next decade. The ability to see beyond the immediate impact separate those who stay stuck and those who build something lasting. Taking risk is important, but how is even more important. We all think leaders are not afraid to take risks. It may be true or false, but they still do take risks. Importantly, they are strategic about them. They don't go for it blindly. They weigh their moves carefully. They ask, what's the best case scenario? But more importantly, they ask, what's the worst case scenario and can I handle it? If the upside is high and the downside is manageable, they take the leap. But if the risk could destroy everything they've built, they hold back or adjust their approach. Knowing which risks to take and which to avoid is what defines true decision-making power. We need to learn the art of holding back when needed. One of the biggest misconceptions is that leaders are always in action. Well, that's not the truth. Some of the smartest decisions are the ones they choose not to make. So for example, chess players don't just focus on attacking. They know when to wait, when to hold back, and when to strike. If we look around and assess, some of the biggest brands became global giants not only by doing more, but by saying no to opportunities that didn't align with their long-term vision. Knowing when to pause, when to observe, and when to move is just as critical as the move itself. So how do you sharpen this skill? Here are 3 simple ways to start thinking 2 steps ahead in every situation. Reserve your decision making. Instead of thinking forward, imagine the outcome first. Envision it and work your way backwards. Ask yourself, if I were to succeed, what decision would have led me here? And plan according to that. Do scenario planning. Before making a choice, map out 3 possible outcomes: best case, worst case, and most likely case. If you're prepared for all 3, you're ready. I call it the 48-hour rule. For major decision making, don't decide immediately. Give yourself 48 hours. If it still feels right, move forward. If doubt creeps in, reassess. At the end of the day, decision making is not about luck, it's about vision. It's about seeing beyond today, beyond tomorrow, and making choices that shape the future you want. Leaders don't just think about the next move, they think about the move after that. So next time When you are faced with a big decision, stop. Don't just think about what happens next. Think about what happens after that. That's how you win the long game. Until next time, keep thinking ahead, keep growing, and never settle for short-term wins at the cost of long-term success. This is Jay, signing off. Good luck.